How did you guys come out?
Interestingly enough, Dr. Jacob, we stayed roommates, and they can't see me, so it's like the air quotes roommates, for a while. Even when we got together,
5 years actually,
we were still just, oh, this is my roommate, this is my friend coming home for Christmases and holidays, and we were just always together. But I think it was, again, where we grew up, that mentality that families who disown their kids and, that part of them. So we struggled with it for a really long time on, debating on how we were going to do it. And it actually wasn't until we were expecting our first child that we came out and said it all at once. Like we just laid it all out on the table. So
you brought your families to the table and said, we need to tell you guys something.
Well, we told everyone on social media at the same time. When we started the surrogacy process,
we didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, we didn't tell anyone. And we went a very, I guess it's like non-traditional. So we did the turkey-based method, but it was a medical device used for that. And they no longer make it. But what happened was we got pregnant on the first try with our surrogate, and we reached out to the company just to thank them. We were just like, hey, your product wasn't intended for this.
I'm not gonna say we. I will give credit where credit is due. It was all Terrell, who literally woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna write an email. And I feel like, long story short, that email is what transformed our entire lives. But go ahead.
Yeah, so we wrote them just telling them like, hey, thank you so much. Here's our story. And they wanted to run with it. Like, I think it was a weekend, and they wrote us back and was just like, we would love to talk to you. And so we ended up, after communicating with them for so long, we did a Wall Street Journal article about it. When doing the interview, it was like all fine and dandy, but like up until the day of its release, like we're all just like freaking out, like who's going to see it? Who's going to be the first person to say something?
You were at work.
Yeah, I was actually on a work trip at the time, and I'm just like, nobody knows. Like, this is probably going to be like in the front lobby somewhere.
Why didn't you want to share?
So, again, I think it was just the fear of judgment in our community, in the Black community, not just in Southern states, but I think in a Black community, you can be anything but gay, or it's a disappointment. It's like you failed. And for us, that was just, we worked so hard, to do the best that we could in school. And we just didn't want that to be how we were defined.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can have all these accomplishments, but you're gay. So, you messed up. And so for us, it was really hard to find acceptance with that.
And did either of you know that you were gay younger?
Yes, so I did. So I actually came out to my mom when I was around 16. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of one of those situations where she was just afraid. She was just, you hear about, gay men getting like beat up and like, bashed and things like that. So she was just really afraid for me. And I feel that in my mind, her reaction to it, which was not good or bad, it was just let's just not talk about it. Mm-hmm. I'll be there to, I love you. I just don't want to talk about it. And for me, it just kind of started the process of just being quiet and just like internalizing the things that you're going through.
Now, it wasn't until the article came out that we started to see negative comments publicly about it, because they posted it online as well. I guess seeing that, we felt in that moment, again, if they say children will change you, but we can't bring a child into this world and not be ourselves and not live in our truth. Like that would be a disservice to, him or her. We didn't know the gender at the time. And so, in that same day, I think we just kind of took that anger and rage of just reading all those negative things and to just like share our truth.
When did you recognize, or when did you come out that you were gay?
So to the world that day, to my mom was like the only one. It probably was maybe like a year before.
When did you know?
So again, I felt like I was always attracted to both male and female. And then it was just kind of I was happier with him. And so like, I denied it for a while, and it was just like, like all the things that they tell you, like, what if it's a phase? You don't want to come out. He made me happy. I felt like it was, I didn't feel that before with anyone. And so I was like, okay, like this is my truth. Like, it's no more denying it. It's no more trying to hide it. And I shared it with my mom. I texted her and like cut my phone off right after.
Threw it under the bed.
Yeah, and just like waited a few hours to see her response. But it was positive.